Raj Yoga Education and Research Foundation. Didi is also in charge of Raj Yoga training in and we all can see her lectures, her videos online and on many TV channels like on Sony, Astha. Many years ago when the service on television started, it started with the sessions and lectures from by Sheilu. Um, since very beginning, we used to listen to commentaries of meditation that were also recorded in Didi's voice only. Didi, she came in contact with Brahma Kumaris in 1960 when she was of 12 years of age. And she obtained her science graduation from Bombay in Bombay University in 1969, and immediately she surrendered her life to this godly service. From 1970 to 1974, she gave service in Mumbai, Bangalore, Kathmandu, and Hyderabad, and she has been also instrumental in founding centers out of India also, abroad also, in countries like Africa. And since 1976, she is based at headquarters here in Mount Abu only, and where she regularly gives uh, courses on Raj Yoga, various conferences, and all those things she participates in. And Didi is, giving classes regularly in all the three places in Shantivan, in GyanSarovar, in Pandav Bhavan. She is so busy and she's today taken out time to revise yesterday's Baba's Murli with us. So we all welcome you, Didi, and let's all listen to Bab Dada's Murli revision with Shilu Didi.
Om Shanti. I'm sure there are many more double foreigners. They haven't come or they have left. Huh? Is this being recorded? Hmm? Okay. So you all heard yesterday's Murli? Did you go down? You all went down? Is there translation? No translation. Hindi? What are you translating in? Who needs Hindi translation? Anybody needs Hindi translation? No, no one needs. She's translating for whom? Come outside and speak. Huh? Oh, Russian. Acha, it is Dana. Okay. So translating for Russian. Okay. So you all heard Baba's Murli yesterday, and if we revise yesterday's Murli, we can divide the Murli into 3 points and then elaborate on that. And what are those 3 points? If you recollect, the first thing Baba said was, you are all carefree emperors. Do you think you are carefree emperors? Those who say, yes, I am a carefree emperor, raise your hand. Everyone. Not everyone. These two not raising their hand. Huh? Second one. You don't understand what I'm saying? Yeah, this one's this. Yeah, next. You're not raising your hand? You did like this. All English. Who is she from? Huh? Acha. So what language she speaks? They also have. So somebody very rightly said that 20th century was the century of stress. But then 21st century is the century of panic. Panic. Things happen suddenly and there is panic, much more than worry. And what has Baba said? Question of panic doesn't arise. Question of worry also does not arise. But we are carefree emperors. So how do you become a carefree emperor? Baba gave yukti for that. Can you say what yukti Baba gave? Say. Do you remember? What did Baba say? In order to become a carefree emperor. Huh? Acha. Because usually worry comes when you say, this is mine, this is mine, this is mine. And Baba says, think it, Baba, it is yours, Baba, it is yours. So if you consider mine to be yours, if you think that it belongs to, you will definitely have no worry. Because it doesn't belong to me. Usually why we are worried? Because we are attached to it when we know that it belongs to me, so I'm attached to it. And when I'm attached to something, then if something happens to it, then I get worried. But if I say, Baba, it is yours, it is yours, it is yours, then what will happen? Baba takes the worry. A burden to me. What does he mean when he says, give your burden to me? Use me, Baba says. What does that mean, use me? It means, give your burden to me. Just like if you are going in a train, then you have so much luggage you are carrying, and you cannot carry so much luggage. So at the railway station, there are coolies. They carry your luggage to wherever you want them to take to. So they carry your luggage. And they carry so much luggage. on their head, on their shoulders, they are carrying. And so many of them, they'll say, if I have a bag which I might want to carry, and he's already got so many things to carry, but he will say, give your bag, give, I will take this also. And I may think, well, he's carrying already so much, and so I better not give him so much, I can carry something. But he says, give me, because he wants to keep a balance, this side, that side, head, all that. And he takes that burden also, which I would have, if I would have taken, I would be limping, oh, it's so heavy. But the coolie takes it so easily. So Baba is also saying, use me. That means give all your worries to me. And the simple method for that is, whatever is mine, say, Baba, it is yours. I'm only a trustee of it. Is it easy to do that or difficult? Is it easy? Those who think it's easy, raise your hand. Acha, not everyone. Easy? Easy? No? Easy? Sure? No. Huh? Baba says, become a trustee, because even otherwise, have I brought anything in this world? Will I take anything with me from this world? Nothing. I brought nothing, I will take nothing. Everything belongs to this world. Even a needle, I can't take with me. It belongs here, I will leave it. Supposing I leave my body at this time, I have a needle in my hand. What will happen to that needle? It will fall off. I cannot carry it. So even a small needle is not mine. Leave aside other big things. So this practice is very, very important. To say, Baba, nothing belongs to me. It belongs to you. In Hindi we say, mera, my. And yours is tera, yours. So Baba used the word just into te. Just change M into T. And there's a very, very beautiful example of Guru Nanak. Guru Nanak, who was the founder of the Sikh religion. They say that he was actually in business, he was like a salesman. And he was measuring something, so he put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Then when it came to 13, in Hindi they say tera. So as he was saying tera, 13, he immediately said tera. The soul of Guru Nanak, Guru, entered his body and he was enlightened. They say he was enlightened when he said tera. Oh God, everything belongs to you. Everything belongs to you. And he became so detached because he got enlightenment. So actually enlightenment means when I just change my consciousness from mine into yours. The moment I say it is mine, I become so possessive. I become so attached. I also become so frightened because I may lose it. I'm afraid. But if it is not mine, it belongs to someone else. There's a very interesting story on this, that once a house caught fire. A house caught fire. And the children were watching. They phoned the father. Father, this house has caught fire. And that father was so worried. He said, my house has caught fire. He came running. But then at that time, one of his sons told him, Sir, father, Actually we have just sold this house. We have sold this house to so and so. So now it belongs to that person because we have sold that house. So that worry which was in him, my house is being burnt, my house is being burnt. But when he got this news that that this house has already been sold, then immediately the worry finished because it's not mine anymore. But then the second son came and told him, Father, although we have sold the house, that person has agreed, but he has not yet signed the agreement. He hasn't given the money yet. And he's not, and we don't know whether he will buy the house or not. And immediately the worry came back. Oh, this house is still not sold then. So it is still ours. And it is catching, and it has caught fire. So it is still ours. Again the attachment came. Again the worry came. So one moment worry, second moment, no, it's not ours, it's sold. Oh, no worry. But again the news came that no, we haven't sold it yet. Again the worry. But then the third son said, Oh Father, even if he has not agreed, but he has already committed that even if something happens, it doesn't matter, he will still buy the house. And again the worry finished. So what does this worry depend on? Worry depend on is just our thoughts. So everything depends on our thoughts, how we are thinking. If there's an accident on the road, and in that accident somebody dies, it's a very big tragedy. But then different people will react in different ways. The relatives of that person who died, oh, they will be so worried. Oh, he's dead. So much concern there will be. They will be, so like very unhappy. But then if the police comes there, will the police be unhappy like the relatives? Will he be? He'll say, now, how has happened? What happened? What happened? He will start taking statements. He will not be unhappy like the relatives. Then afterwards, what about the pedestrians, the other onlookers, the people who saw all that, who had no concern, no connection with that person, no connection with the police? They will just look on. Such a big tragedy, but they are unconcerned. So, the stage of the relatives, the stage of a policeman, the stage of the onlookers, different, no? Or is it the same? It will be different. Why? Because their thinking is different. They don't know that person. And police has a responsibility of writing down everything of what happened. But relatives, they have lost their near and dear one. So there's so much sorrow. The police has no sorrow. The onlookers who are just looking, who have been just watching what was happening, they have no sorrow. I mean, they might be, but not like the relatives. So it's all in the mind. And really, Baba says you must practice this. That this belongs to Baba. This belongs to Baba. Even this body belongs to Baba. Some people, when they come to know that they have got some particular disease, how concerned they are, how upset they are, how unhappy they are. Oh, I've got this problem, what will happen now? That person will tell the doctor again and again, Doctor, will I be okay? Will I be all right? How concerned he is. But then what do Baba's children do? Okay, this problem in the body. Okay, Baba, you take care, it's your body. You are the master, you are the owner. It's your problem. I'm only detached. Baba, you take over. And you just stay in Baba's remembrance. You're lying on the bed, but in Baba's remembrance, so detached. But how is that possible when you think that it doesn't belong to me? It belongs to Baba. So Baba will take care. Very often, if something happens and we say, Baba, if you want me to serve more, then you will let the body live. But if you take me, Baba, it's up to you, this body is yours. So we can stay detached. We can. I can share you my experience, Some 3 years ago, I also got corona. And it was quite a severe one. So I was admitted in the hospital in Mount Abu only because I had high fever immediately. I lost taste, I lost everything. So the doctor said, be admitted immediately. I said, okay, Baba, whatever you want, it's up to you. I was admitted, sent into isolation, complete isolation. And the doctor, the nurses, they were coming with that kit on, that dress. But I was so detached, they coming, giving tablet, putting injection, doing this, doing that, giving medicine. And I was so detached, didn't even say anything. Baba, this body is yours. Baba, you take care. So detached. Really, it was a big test for me, definitely. But I remembered, Baba, this body is not mine. You are responsible. You have to take care. If you want me to serve through this body, you will keep me alive. If you want me to come to you, okay, Baba, it's up to you. But so detached. I didn't even ask, what is this, what is this, what is this? Okay, the doctors are doing their work. But then very soon I recovered. Very soon I recovered. And the doctor said, you have been a very good patient. You have been a very good patient. Give up all your worries, you give them to Baba. So this is what Baba says. There's an example of Brahma Baba too. Brahma Baba had a minor surgery and he was in the hospital. The surgery took place and the next morning the doctor went to see Baba in the hospital in his room. And Baba was chatting with some Baba's children. And as he entered the room, he wanted to know where the patient was. So instead of the doctor asking the patient, how are you? Because Baba was sitting and chatting, with children. So instead of the doctor asking to the patient of how he is after the minor operation, Baba asked the doctor, Doctor, how are you? Doctor, how are you? And doctor was surprised. He's a patient and I'm his doctor. So instead of me asking the patient, how are you? Baba is asking me. The patient is asking the doctor, how are you? So what does that indicate? Baba was so detached. Otherwise, it's very easily, you can detect who a patient is because his face will be like that, everything will be so different. But Baba was so detached. Just change mine into yours and your worry will finish. Can you do that? It's easy? That should be easy. So let Baba take care. And really I've seen how Baba does take care. Everything changes. Such a big tragedy, it can finish so soon because Baba takes over. I can give you so many other examples. I went to Sri Lanka and usually I give this example that there were three sisters walking on the beach in Sri Lanka. One of them was Baba's child. And all of a sudden, tsunami came in Sri Lanka. And they were walking on the beach where the tsunami came. And it was such a high tide. So all the three of them just, went into that wave. At that time, one who was Baba's child, immediately she said, Baba, Baba, with so much love to Baba. And at that time she was like moving into the wave, and the wave was taking into the sea. But at that time she said, Baba. And immediately another wave came, and that wave brought her back onto the shore, and she survived. She was saved. But the other two were swept away by the wave, and they lost their lives. But she said, Baba, and immediately how Baba took her in his lap or in his arms and then saved her. I also have another example of how my life was saved. A very interesting example. I was, in a car, and there was an accident, and he was carrying a log of wood, logs of wood on his head. He was like a tribal person in the forest, and he had cut wood and he was carrying that on his head. And a car driver, he was just moving along and there was nobody on the street, but all of a sudden that person came, that tribal man with his the logs of wood on his head. The driver did not see him because it was all of a sudden behind a little rock which was there. And immediately a driver, he applied a brake. But that brake was maybe not applied in time because he came so quickly. And it hit his head, it hit his foot, the car, the tire. But at that time, he applied a brake and then he moved the wheel on the side so that just to save that person. But then as he moved, it was like a blind move without seeing what was on that side, on the left. So it was a blind move, and it could have been a pillar which he could have hit. It could have also been a big, a big pit, or maybe just we were actually on a little rock. It could have just gone down, deep down below. It could have gone anywhere because he didn't see. He just moved on the left just to save that person. And at that time, the car shook so badly. I was sitting at the back, and the driver and someone was sitting in the front, and we were three sisters behind. I was on this side. In the middle was a small sister. So, and on the other side was a fat one, a fat sister. So what happened immediately at that time, that sister in the middle, she went down, from that the seat. She just fell down. And that fat sister who was on the other side fell on me because the car moved. And at that time, for a moment, my heart stopped. I could feel. And immediately I told Baba, I'm coming. Because anything could have happened, a bad accident. Anything could have happened. A big crash could have come. And I said, Baba, I'm coming. I just said, Baba, I'm coming. And after some time, the car just moved, and actually it fell on some bushes. There were bushes, little plants there. And it just moved and just leapt over them very, very softly. And I opened my eyes. I'm alive. I felt I'm alive. But then that moment I can't forget. how I got so detached, so detached. This body became so light as if I was just moving away. It was a very wonderful feeling. And nothing happened to us. All in the car, we were all saved. That person who was carrying logs of wood, that the wood just, you know, s- just mo- got out of his hand and it hit our window screen. And the window screen broke, because when the window screen, the front screen of the car, if it something happens, then it doesn't fall into big, big pieces. It just crushes. It just crushes, little pieces, little falls. So nothing really happens to anyone in the front, even if the front window uh, mirror or windows thing breaks. So nothing happened to us. Of course, the wheel fell off and there was injury, definitely, little bit, but not much. And the car was totally damaged, but we were all safe. So, but that thought, Baba, this body is yours. I'm yours, Baba. So Baba just caught us, took us in his arms and we were protected. It's a beautiful feeling to say, Baba, it's yours. We can become so detached, but then we need a long time practice for that, to be detached. It's not so easy at that very moment, the critical moment, to be really detached. It's a long time practice because we have to be ever ready. Everything can happen suddenly. So if things are going to happen suddenly, then we have to be ready all the time. But to be ready all the time, we need a long time practice of being detached, of being soul conscious. And this is why Baba keeps on saying, children, be soul conscious and remember me. Be soul conscious and remember me. This is probably the first lesson and the last lesson too, because only this will be of real use to us at the end. Be soul conscious and remember me. Baba says this in every Murli. And very many children, they say, oh, Baba tells us the same thing in every Murli. Be soul conscious and remember me. Every Murli has the same thing. So it's nothing new for us. But Baba says, I will keep on telling you this. Be soul conscious and remember me. Be soul conscious and remember me. Why will Baba keep on telling us this? Because we haven't become soul conscious yet. We are not remembering Baba constantly. So Baba will keep on telling us this till we are able to fulfill that Shrivat of Baba, till we are really in that state of being soul conscious and remembering Baba constantly. And therefore Baba says, as this is also the final stage which we have to attain when no one else is remembered. Because if any human being or any object or anything is remembered at the end, then we fail. But if it is just Baba and none other, not even this body, and we can become detached in a second, then only we can pass. And this is what Baba said today also. You have to become perfect like Baba. How Baba became perfect, Brahma Baba. He became so detached in 1 second. Shiv Baba calling him, his angelic form invoking him, and how Baba just went in a second. He had his commitments to such a big yajna to look after. And at that time, Baba knew that it was his last moment. And how Dadi had the thought, let me go to Baba. And she went and she just was standing in front of Baba. And and Baba's eyes were closed. He was sitting on his bed. His eyes were closed and becoming totally detached. And at that time, Dadi went and said, Baba, Baba, Baba. And Baba opened his eyes and he took Dadi's hands. And with hands and drishti, in 1 second, we can say how Baba willed all his powers to Dadiji. That's what Baba said in the last Avyakt Murli, that at the beginning of the yajna, Baba willed all his property. And then at the end, Baba willed his willpower to Dadi Prakashmani, and how Dadi Prakashmani got so much strength from that drishti and the power of vibrations of the hands, and how Dadiji took over. It was so easy handover because Baba was ready. And this is what we say, that we all have to experience the same at the end. But then, how will that happen? For that, Baba gave the second point in the Murli of yesterday. Baba said you have to apply a full stop. Every time anything happens, don't ask questions, why this, why, what? Questions should not come. In this way, you'll only waste your time and energy. In today's Murli also, Baba said we had wasted so much of our time and energy and money. And so now there is no time to waste. We should not be wasting any of our breath, because even our breath is very precious. Our time is very precious of the confluence age. Our breath is precious. Our energy of the body is also very precious. We should not waste it. So in order to not waste it, what do we have to do? Apply a full stop. Don't go into questions. Don't go into problems. Why this happened, how this happened, all that. No need. It happened. You can't take it back. So you have to apply a full stop. Drama. The moment you say drama, all the waste thoughts finish. So that's what Baba said. In order to become a carefree king, no questions. Apply a full stop. Drama. Baba said in one Murli, I remember, Baba said not and dot. When any waste thoughts come in the mind, just say no. No to those waste thoughts. Immediately stop those waste thoughts, like applying a brake of a vehicle. The moment you apply a brake, the car should stop instantly. So apply a brake to your mind and intellect and your thought. That's what Baba wants. It's not that you apply a brake here and the car stops a few furlongs away. No, it should stop instantly. Only then you can be saved from big accidents in life. You know, that's we usually say. So look before you leap. Don't just leap like that. Look what is in front. Don't just jump like that. First think and then understand what the consequences of that will be, and then do. In Hindi they say, soch samajh kar karma karo. First think, then understand of the consequences, and then perform the action. But usually what people do in the world, without thinking, without really understanding, without realizing what the consequences will be of their action, they just do it. They just do it, ex tempo, immediately. And after they have done the action, the realization comes, oh, I should not have done this. I should not have done this. But then it has happened. You can't do anything now. It's happened, it's happened. But then, okay, and after that it has happened, they start understanding that it was not right. Okay, it was not right. Then they think, oh, what should I do now? Then they have to, think of other ways of how they can escape from what they have already done. But the karma committed will lead to a result, no? Whatever actions you do, you are definitely going to get the fruit of those actions. It is inevitable. But then it's too late, no? Like words spoken from the lips, they can't be taken back. However much you may say sorry. We often say something which we should not have said and it hurts somebody. And then we say, sorry, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean it. Very often we say that. But then when you did not mean it, why did you say it? But they just come, and then however much we may say sorry, but it has hurt that person's heart, has it not? And you can't mend that so easily. It has hurt him. And therefore Baba says, there's a saying in Hindi, pehle tolo phir bolo. First weigh those words which you are going to use. Are they really useful? Are they going to give happiness or sorrow to someone if you say those words? Are they really needed to be said? If they are not needed and they are not going to give happiness, they are only going to give sorrow, then better not say it. But to better not say it, the first thing is that it should not come in the mind also. Better not think it. But if they come, you should be able to stop them in a second. So not, and then dot, Baba says. Dot. Okay, if it has happened, then apply a full stop, dot. Drama. And then correct yourself so that you don't repeat in the future. But that time it has happened. So anything spoken from the lips, once they are out, the words are out, they can't be taken back. Just like you have a bow and arrow. So any arrow taken out from the bow is not going to come back to the bow again. It's gone, it's gone. It will definitely hit something. So words are like arrows. And the lips are like the bow. You can see even the shape of this, the lips is like a bow. And the words spoken are like an arrow. And therefore, once the words are spoken, they can't be taken back. Once the actions are done, they can't be taken back. And therefore, Baba says, think before you do anything, think of the consequences. Just don't do anything extempo immediately. Never give a judgment straight away. If you are in stress, never give a judgment at that moment. If you are in anger, never give a judgment at that moment. You wait. Because when you cool down, then your judgment will be good. Otherwise, you will give a wrong judgment. And when you give a wrong judgment, what will happen? It will not just bring suffering to you, but it can bring suffering to so many others, and you will be responsible for that. It will be such actions which can cause a lot of sorrow to yourself and others and result in a big punishment, maybe for different births too, because it has entered the soul. The failure marks are on the soul. That is why, it is said that if wealth is lost, nothing is lost. Wealth lost, nothing lost. If money is lost, doesn't matter, don't worry. It is just like the dust on your hands. Dust comes and then you wash your hands and then the hands are clean. Again, dust will come, you have to wash your hands. So keep washing your hands. You have to keep washing your hands all the time, and therefore money will come and go, come and go. Don't worry. But if health lost, something lost. So if wealth lost, nothing lost. If health lost, something lost. Because if health is lost once, you can't get it back in the same way as before immediately. It will take so long to get back that health. It's not a matter of health. If I have some health problem. So if health loss, something lost, and maybe you have to be operated. And if operation takes place, there's a lot of cutting, and then you have to stitch. So maybe there's a big wound, and then there is the stitches put, so they can leave a big mark. But then that mark is only on the skin. That mark is only on the body. And if a person dies, then the mark also finishes from the body. The person's body is dead. And then cremated, so finished, the mark is over. So if health lost, something lost. Lost, everything lost. Why? Because it affects the soul. And if it affects the soul, means it becomes constant, it becomes eternal. It will not go even after the person has died. It will accompany the soul. A red mark, a failure mark will come with the soul. Because they say when a person dies, he takes his karma with him. In his sanskars, he carries his karma. Because karmas lead to sanskars. So those sanskars are carried forward. That means his karma is taken with the soul. And when a child is born, the child brings its fortune. But it's the karma which creates your fortune ultimately for your future. And therefore Baba says, be very careful, be very careful. And as this is the confluence age, Baba says, don't waste your time. This time is very precious of the confluence age. Even in today's Murli, Baba said, don't sit talking about so-and-so, talking about so-and-so, or this and that. Why waste your time? When it doesn't concern you, you don't have to waste your time in it. What is important for you? What is precious for you? Your breath is very precious. They say breath is also limited. So don't waste your breath too. When somebody is worrying, he breathes very heavily. So don't lose your breath, don't lose your time, don't lose your energy. Either physical energy, mental energy, spiritual energy. Don't lose it because it's very precious. And therefore Baba says, apply a full stop. So when we apply a full stop, what will happen? We will be able to become carefree emperors, because that's possible only when you apply a full stop and say, Baba, it belongs to you. So body is Baba's, mind is also Baba's. Whatever I'm thinking, is it based on Baba's Srimad? If it is not based on Baba's Srimad, then I should not think like that. If Brahma Baba would be here, would he also think in the same way? If he wouldn't, then I also don't have to think. Would he speak like that? No, then he do like that? No, then I also shouldn't do. And this is what Baba says, You have to follow Father's footsteps, and in this way show the Father. Son shows Father. So this was the second point, apply a full stop. And the third important point was, don't be lazy, don't be careless. So laziness and carelessness are also big vice, along with the 5 vices. We say lust, anger, greed, attachment, ego. But then along with that, laziness and carelessness also are vices. Or some maybe so much, but then they're postponing. Even that is a form of laziness. So what you want to do tomorrow, do it today. What you want to do today, do it now. Because you never know what will happen the next moment. So don't postpone. Don't postpone. When you are in the office, there are files which you hand over. In some files, it is written on top, urgent, urgent, urgent. Actually, nothing is urgent. But why does it become urgent? Because you had been postponing it. If you wouldn't have postponed, it would not have become urgent. It is important. Everything is important, no doubt. But nothing is urgent. Urgent is only when you kept on postponing it, and then it's last moment, and then it's urgent, urgent, urgent. So don't postpone. What they say in English, procrastinate. Because of laziness, you're postponing. And therefore, Baba says, what is needed to do tomorrow, do it today. What is needed to do today, do it now. Because any moment can be your last breath, your last moment. And therefore, don't be lazy, don't be careless. Then whatever you do will be right, and everything that you do will make you a carefree emperor. Okay? Thank you. Om Shanti. All right? So this was the essence of yesterday's Murli. And now it's nearly 6:30, 2 minutes meditation, and then the meditation for everyone will start.
Om Shanti, and thanks a lot, Sheilu for this wonderful class and revision of yesterday's Murli. We thank Didi with one hand clap. Even though there were very few double foreigners, Didi came all the way and gave a complete class. Thanks a lot. So, we'll start meditation.
I get it?
No, 2 minutes.